Hi, my name is Gwen Peterson. I'm a certified independent health coach and global director with Optavia. If this is the first time you've stumbled upon my channel, welcome. Make sure to click the subscribe button so you get notifications every time I load a new video. And if this video offers you value, make sure to click the thumbs up video. And if you would like a little more one-on-one of tips and things that I post, I have a closed group over on Facebook called Gather with Gwen. And then if you want to know more about like me and my life and kind of the things that go on in my life, there's two ways to kind of follow me. I have a business page over on Facebook and it's just called Optimal Health with Gwen. And I kind of post personal and Optavia stuff. And then, yes, I started a TikTok and it's just Health Coach Gwen. I'm not great at TikTok yet, but I'm working on it, right? And it just kind of does a little day in the life along with baseball and volleyball and dogs and all of that. So today's video is all about how to navigate the holidays because we know the holidays are coming. And if I can prepare my clients for different options of what they want and how they want to navigate it, now they'll have some time to decompress, really think through what they want to create. So they're going into the holidays with a game plan instead of letting the holidays happen to them and them ending up being 10 pounds up than where they started here before Halloween. So I hope that this video will offer you value. I asked for comments below throughout the video, so make sure to comment below if I'm resonating with you in certain areas of the video. So sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy navigating the holidays with me. Hello everyone at Optimal Me. This is Gwen Peterson. If you don't know me, I'm one of the coaches in Optimal Me and wanted to do a video today about a topic that's starting to come up with me on my 5 to 10 minute check-ins with clients this last couple of weeks. So the first thing that people are starting to is we're in October, and guess what's around the bend? Thanksgiving and Christmas. And what we know is we can probably white knuckle it through Halloween and be able to talk to ourselves about, well, there's nothing at Halloween that you would never get the rest of the year, right? Like that's been one of my easy holidays because the truth is a Reese's peanut butter cup will be there forever at the grocery store, where like my mother-in-law's yams that I cannot duplicate are only once a year, okay? So hopefully that first point helps you put into perspective where I'm about to go. Halloween gets to already go in your rear view. Like you do not need to even think about Halloween as a holiday, because if you have the treats, I always get the treats I don't like. Like I personally do not like straight sugar, like Laffy Taffies and things like that. So whenever we go into a holiday season, I actually have the big Laffy Taffies in my pantry right now. I got 3 big cases of it. And guess what? I'm not going to touch them. And my husband's always like, ew, why do you get the candy that I hate? And I'm like, because it's the candy that I hate. So step number 1, choose candy to give out that you don't like. That way it's not going to tempt you, right? And if you are doing the mental component every single day, Halloween will be a blip on your radar. If you don't know what the mental component every day is I really like my clients to start listening to Chasing Cupcakes while they're waiting for their food to arrive on Audible. And then when their food arrives, hopefully they're through Chasing Cupcakes and they've learned a lot about what's going on up here. And then when their food arrives, they also get their Habits of Health book and their life book. And if you can spend 5 minutes a night in this book for the next year, that's how this is meant to be used, right? So once your food arrives, write your name in it and slowly start working on this. And then if you, like me, it took me 5 years to graduate from college, this hurts my brain a little to read from cover to cover. But the beauty of it is we have every Monday night a webinar from the company that you can log into. It's we post it every single week in our client support group, or you can opt into the company's texts and get those reminders every Monday night. And then those playbacks are loaded on YouTube. And then also, if you like listening to podcasts, our old ones, which it's all the same content, are loaded in the Optavia podcast channel. And so after people get through chasing cupcakes, I really like them to go and toggle every day to listening to either the Primal Potential podcast, which is the author of Chasing Cupcakes, and our Optavia Habits of Health podcast, because we know if we're going to rewire the brain, it takes 90 days of consistent infusion to rewire those neural pathways. That's why I normally suggest to my clients that, when you wake up in the morning and your phone trails you to the bathroom, then it trails you to the kitchen, and then by the time you're done with your first fueling, that phone's kind of been sitting around. Get in the habit of flipping your phone on before your feet even hit the ground in the morning. So then as that phone is trailing you around in the morning, you're either done with a chapter in Chasing Cupcakes, or you're done with one of our podcasts or the our podcast or the Primal Potential podcast. So wanted to plant that seed first about the mental component, because you're never going to be able to do what I'm about to suggest about the holidays if you aren't actually doing the mental component, because trust me, this is where the rubber's going to meet the road. So you guys ready here? So here's what I want you to start with. So in our Habits of Health book on page, let me flip, it's the 2.4 Dr. A's Eating System Low Glycemic Portion Control Approach to Support on Optimal Health, page 224. I want to challenge you all before the end of the month, because November's coming, but it's still October, to read this section, because what he's going to be talking to you about is dun 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 blood sugar balance. And this chart right here on page 230 explains the beauty of why our program works, and when you end up eating off plan, why, or not off plan, I don't love using that word, but really more carbs, unbalanced carbs, what it does to that blood sugar. So read that chapter, because it's going to help you understand what I'm about to say. So here's the truth of most of us, and with COVID, this makes it even bigger. Most of us are not cool enough to have a million holiday parties to navigate. Let's be honest. Throw in the comments how many holiday things you really will have to navigate aside from like neighbor gifts. For me, I have Thanksgiving Day dinner, right? And nothing before or after that. It's the day and it stretches out, but I have Thanksgiving Day. And then I have a neighborhood party in December. And then I also will have Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I'm 4 parties cool. And then, of course, I have New Year's, but that's really an easy navigation. So hopefully I remember to come back to that. So throw in the comments how many holiday events you're going to have to navigate. I have Thanksgiving, I have a neighborhood party, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. I'm at 4. Okay, I would love to see from you guys what you would say you have. So here's what I'm going to tell you is Thanksgiving's on the Thursday. And for those of us that are chronic dieters, Thursday turns into a whole weekend. Comment below if you've had wacky Thanksgiving weekends. Throw in the comments wacky Thanksgiving weekends, because one day turns into a whole weekend, right? So here's my tip on that day and also the other events. So for me, I'll tell you my Thanksgiving to help you plan it out. So what I hope that you're able to choose exactly a perfect lean and green for Thanksgiving and just move on with your day? Yes, that's option number 1. But if you know you don't have the wherewithal, or you're choosing that you don't want to do that, here's option number 2. So one of the things that I have done every year is I make sure to do a couple things. Number 1, because my mother-in-law has great Thanksgiving dinner, which actually this year's my mom and dad and my sister, and we all do Optavia. So this year's gonna be easier, but let's act like it's the one where I'm with my mother-in-law and our food is to die for, okay? here's my game plan. We do hors d'oeuvres that make you so sick because you eat way too many, right? Hors d'oeuvres, death of hors d'oeuvres in the comments if that's you. That's me. So I always make sure that I bring the Sandy's Kitchen Adventures, what is it? The buffalo cheesy chicken bake with celery sticks. That way, if I eat the whole container by myself, big deal. It was a lean and green, right? And then I'd be so full for the dinner that I would struggle, right? Because my other options are chips and homemade salsa. Then there's this amazing artichoke dip. I mean, all these things. And of course, the cheese balls, all that yummy stuff. And of course, what comes with it? Crackers and chips. So if I bring that Sandy's Kitchen Adventures, which everybody loves, that buffalo cheesy chicken bake thing, they don't realize what I'm doing is trying to have an alternate choice that I could pound if I had to, because I'm going cuckoo brain with all the other food, and I would be okay, right? So comment below if you guys are, if this is you guys. And by the way, I am looking to see, are any of you guys commenting? Because I don't see anybody saying anything, so it's not showing. So throw a comment in if you guys can see me, because I just want to make sure that you are here with me. So then, download the chicken bake or something that would work as an hors d'oeuvre. Then I eat as much turkey as I possibly can to protein load what might happen if I can fit anything else in. So I always make sure that I'm bringing the green beans as well, so that they are compliant enough for it to not throw me out of fat burn, because then the other options are, of course, you're going to have the yams with butter, brown sugar, marshmallows. Oh my gosh, they're amazing. And then they also make the most amazing potatoes that I've ever eaten in my life, right? But what I know is if I've eaten that Sandy's Kitchen Adventures stuff till I'm sick, maybe, again, do you, but it's not gonna hurt me in the long run. I mean, yes, my scale will go up because the calories go up, but it's coming from protein, right? It'll come right back off. Then if I pound as much turkey as I can till I can't eat anymore, and then I eat the green salad that I know that they will have, that salad dressing will work, and then the green beans, I'm not going to be able to fit much more in, because if I've been great on the 5-in-1 or a 4-in-2 or even a 3-in-3, it doesn't matter what you're doing. It matters the size that you've created for your stomach. So pounding all this stuff in to prepare you for being able to have a small little amount of potatoes and a small little amount of yams, and then maybe a small piece of pie, I say, instead of carb loaded, you kind of protein loaded for it, so that at least it's not going to shoot that blood sugar through the roof, and you're just not going to have much room for more of that, right? So that I know is not compliant Optavia, but actually Optavia is not the 5-in-1. It's not the 4-in-2. It's not the 3-in-3. It is teaching you how to stabilize your blood sugar every 3 hours. And so doing this method that I'm telling you, will it make you stay in a fat burning state? No. Will you gain weight? Yes, because those calories are going to be through the roof, and you can't get around that even if you balance your blood sugar. Because let me tell you, every 3 hours you could eat a Twinkie with 3 cheese sticks and it would balance your blood sugar, but you're going to be over 2,000 calories a day, and you're going to gain weight even though that blood sugar stayed stable, right? So that's the best plan of attack that I give my clients that say, you know what, I do want to go off plan, or eat something that's carb based for Thanksgiving or for the Christmas party or all of that, right? Like my Christmas party or my family, they end up doing the same hors d'oeuvres, but it's instead of the turkey, it is ham, and it is prime rib, right? And so again, I load on the protein first. We always have similar vegetables, and then whatever I can fit in the extra little carbs, I do, because I choose to. If I choose to, I'm okay with it. If I end up in that state where I'm eating it and didn't want to, now that is attached to blame, shame, guilt, all these feelings you don't want. But if you go in with a game plan and you protein load, you're gonna be much better off, right? Now, here's my other little secret. I made a video so far down on my YouTube channel back in the day all about like when I go to a restaurant and I've been eating so great, and then there's a restaurant here that has these things called an asphalt pie. It's this massive, like huge piece of mint chocolate chip ice cream on an Oreo crust with caramel and chocolate and then whipped cream. I don't even like chocolate chip mint ice cream, but let me tell you, if that's sitting at that table and I have one fork and everybody else is talking, because they're not diet mentality, they're not trying to choose in and out, they're just randomly having a fork here or there. But if you are like me, where that thing has a voice and it's like one more bite, one more bite, one more bite, throw the one more bite in the comments if I'm resonating with you. All of a sudden, that one bite turns into me carb loading, right? Like, I don't even know how many calories are in there, right? So here's the trick that I suggest to people if they end up in that scenario where you are eating that asphalt pie, or you do decide to make different choices on Thanksgiving or Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. I would tell you, still finish the night with a fueling or half of a lean, because if you can compartmentalize that meal or that event and keep moving forward with the fuelings, guess what you didn't do? You don't have to choose to start tomorrow, which again is Friday, and then Saturday, and then Sunday. You didn't choose to go off. You chose to compartmentalize a choice in a 3-hour window, right? So I always know when I'm walking into Thanksgiving or Christmas, I'm going to make sure I ate great the whole day, and I only am doing fuelings. I eat a fueling as I'm walking in the door, because I know that hors d'oeuvre, meal, dessert thing's gonna be about 3-hour window. I will even pack a bar in my bag, because if we're there that long, I will eat a bar 3 hours after I ate a little bit of pumpkin pie, right? So don't let it be an I'm on, I'm off scenario. It's you're compartmentalizing the choice if that's what you choose, and you just keep resuming the evening. So for me, if my Thanksgiving was earlier in the day, which it's not, but let's say it was, I would start the morning normal. We would be eating around 1. Let's say that would be my lean and green-ish, and then I would just keep doing fuelings the whole rest of the night, because I compartmentalized my choices. So throw in the comments if that helped you navigate what you would like it to look like. And then again, if you're that person that just decides to throw caution to the wind the whole weekend, you do you, right? We know what that's going to show up on the scale and how hard your body's going to detox again when you get back on plan. And so the truth of it is if you think about it this way, let's say you decided to roll the dice on Thursday and then you eat all weekend off plan and massive calorie load, because that's what we do when we're in diet mentality, and you start Monday again, it's going to take you a full week minimum to pull off all that carb loading you did over the weekend. Because the thing is, I guarantee you are not at all counting calories of the handful of this and the handful of this, and ultimately, you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna be honestly at 3,000 or 4,000 calories every day. You are just, I'm gonna start Monday, I'll get back on track. And holy cow, if you take 4 days of 4,000 calories, that is 16,000 calories your body needs to get rid of before you can even think about that scale moving and those inches moving again. So I just wanted to throw that out there, because it's so funny how this week I've had so many people going, okay, the week, when you do your weekly check-ins, the week before Thanksgiving, can we make sure we connect so that you can help me navigate what to do at Thanksgiving? And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do a video or two, and I'm going to have a couple of coaches do videos as well, because that's the thing is, everybody's journey is different. So what you choose to do gets to be what you choose to do. As Optavia coaches, we are not the food police. We are the guides to teach you the nutrition. And guess who really is your coach? Good old Dr. A. And that's why I want you to read that chapter on glycemic index and blood sugar balance, because it will help you navigate which option you choose. Option A, stay the course. Option B, compartmentalize. Or option C, throw caution to the wind like you've done every other year in the past, right? And then you're paying for it for a week and a half or 2 weeks, and now you've created a 3-week window where you are so frustrated with yourself, right? So do yourself a favor, stick with the mental component every dang day right now. Right now, it is October 17th. Thanksgiving is 5 weeks away. That is 37-ish days that you could be infusing your brain every morning with positive, healthy dialogue that will mentally prepare you for walking in that door at Thanksgiving. And then you stay the course on whatever you choose to do, and then you keep infusing that brain. So that neighborhood party or Christmas Eve or Christmas Day becomes the blip on the radar, and you're walking away in the next 10 weeks, January 1st, you will be so proud of yourself that you navigated the holidays, and your goal and your focus was more about you and your long-term health and wellness than it was about, I failed again during the holidays, right? And just remember, Optavia is not the 5 and 1. It's not the 4 and 2. It's not the 3 and 3. It's just stabilizing your blood sugar every 3 hours. So if you are somebody that ends up going out of town for the holidays and you really are going to have to eat lunch and dinner due to the scenario, okay, offer to help with the meals and make sure you get a protein, and then you also get a vegetable that would work. And so what? You're doing a 4 and 2. Are you going to still lose? Absolutely you will. And are you moving toward your healthier you? Absolutely you are. Will your scale slow down? Maybe, or maybe not. But optimal health is just eating balanced every 3 hours. It's not the race to the finish line and not white knuckling it through the 5 and 1 to get to that number on the scale. Because guess what happens when you get to the number on the scale? You're still eating balanced every 3 hours, right? So make sure to comment below. I'm assuming you guys are commenting and it's not showing up here, but I would just love for you guys to comment below what your game plan is once you listen to this video, because I hope that this timeline of talking to you early about it helps you really have some time to think through what I was saying, chat with your coach about what you think you want your game plan to be, so that you are making the choices that you really want to make for your future you, not the choices you end up making accidentally because you didn't have a plan, and now you're just frustrated with yourself and you're having to pull yourself back up from under the wagon that rolled over you, crushed you, took the wind out of your lungs, and then you're climbing back up, right? That is not what we want for you. And I know the difference between where you are and where you want to be is that mental component. So commit to yourself right now that you are going to listen to something or read something every day, and that this book will become your permanent nightstand buddy. And 5 minutes a night, you're going to learn so much about yourself in this book. This is why us coaches are always asking you about it. Not because we're trying to be mean, it's because we want you to have long-term success, and we unfortunately know you will have zero ability to have long-term success without a minimum of a 90-day rework of your brain, because that's how you got here, was what's currently in here. And if we don't change it, you're still going to be here at some point. Even if you're losing weight right now, you're going to gain it all back, because this is why you ended up with us as Optavia coaches, because you needed this reset, and food will never reset it. It's all of our mental components daily that your coach cannot make you do. You have to commit to what you want for your future, and that is honestly the key to success. So I hope this spoke to you guys today. I didn't mean to go this long, but I knew there's a lot of components to this, so you have a choice to make, and you know how to make a choice, and you're making an educated choice when you get to Thanksgiving and Christmas and all of that. So let's put Halloween in the rear view. It doesn't even affect us. That candy is here every day, all day. Now, Cadbury eggs at Easter, Yeah, that's a whole nother video, right? Cadbury eggs are a one-time thing. There's not one Halloween candy out there, well, except candy corn, but I love candy corn, but I just don't buy it, right? So I hope that spoke to you guys. I hope you have a fantastic day, and choose you. Just don't quit. Bye, guys.